30 months. Pog the rolling.
Good evening, my fellow Philos and Mites. On this episode of my conservative podcast, I will be giving Israel its modern-day lore-accurate borders in vanilla HOI4. But when starting a new game, you can't even select them on the map, because in 1936, the concept of Israel has yet to break out of its containment within the minds of strangely influential high verbal IQ LARPers. But luckily for you, dear viewer, I am also a huge LARPer, so that won't stop me. You may be wondering why I'm playing as Gamers Germany in an Israel video, and that is because Britain, the occupier of Israel's only core state, can't manually release countries and instead has to decolonize via focus. But even after doing that, they release Palestine instead of Israel, and furthermore you don't even get to play as them, so ironically, the best way to play as Israel in HOI4 is to start as Germany. The reason for this is that while Britain may not be able to release countries at will, Germany can, so the plan is to quickly invade the UK, dismember their empire, and finally take Palestine, where we will be able to release ourselves as Israel. I want to do the tag switch as quickly as possible, so I don't pick a focus in order to get the political power to justify a war goal on a British puppet as soon as possible. And as for my other opening moves, I start researching paratroopers, because yes, we will be cheesing. With enough political power saved up, I justify on a British subject, and as the paratrooper tech is researched, I convert 6 infantry divisions to paratroopers. On the 30th of September 1936, I get my war goal and declare war on the UK. Many a brave Fallschirmjäger is pulverized by state anti-air during their descent over Dover, but resistance on the ground isn't as stubborn, and thanks to my tactical genius, we eventually prevail and seize 2 ports in the south of England. Needless to say, it's over for Britain. In the peace deal, I only take Palestine for myself and liberate the rest of the empire, which for some reason completely wipes away all of the world tension generated by my previous shenanigans. Don't read too much into what you're currently seeing, I actually love circumcision. Before I can release myself as Israel and get a community guideline strike, I max out the infrastructure in Palestine so that I will be able to skip the infrastructure focuses in the generic focus tree and get the research a lot faster. I also make a better division template for us to inherit when we do the tag switch. And then, on the 1st of February 1937, I'm removed from the ADL's watch list as the real campaign begins. Since the generic focus tree was changed, the communist path is now the best path for manpower if you don't have much of a population, and it's also more convenient than going fascist since we already start with a bit of communist support. So yeah, welcome to my Judeo-Bolshevik world conquest. While waiting for communism to manifest, I dedicate Juda's brightest scientists to getting support equipment and artillery techs, and with the help of the industrial branch of the focus tree, I eventually even managed to produce some, since the extremely important and fun to play country of Israel hasn't gotten the attention it deserves from Paradox. We have no advisors, so instead of getting a chief of army, I waste all of my CP on rolling strangely Arabic looking commanders like I'm playing a gacha game. Communist agitation goes on for about a year, and in April 1938 we succumb to our own medicine and kibbutz max. In an effort to stop being lore inaccurately poor, I use my newfound diplomatic freedom to employ the tried and true method of horseshoe theorying your way into Japan's faction with the stated intent of helping them establish dominion over the inferior cynics. Naturally, I have an ulterior motive, but the Japanese aren't sufficiently familiar with us to suspect anything, so when I declare war on China, they give us military access without batting an eye. The IDF then successfully makes landfall in Japanese-occupied Hong Kong and starts doing what it does best. By employing proprietary, ancestral techniques like aliyah, market speculation, and of course, fraud, I conjure up enough manpower and equipment to significantly grow my army, and after 5 years of war crimes, the IDF, having left its mark on the battlefield, manages to repatriate the lands of the former Guangxi clique to its rightful ancestral owner. But the most valuable thing gained from this war isn't the territory, but rather the logistics wizard we managed to train, who also doubles as an army experience generator, which we desperately need owing to our severe lack of advisors. Write hashtag advisors for Israel in the comments to make Paradox address this borderline anti-Semitic injustice, guys, and smash like and subscribe while you're down there. The IDF's thirst for the blood of the innocent is still nowhere near quenched, so immediately upon the cessation of the sign
Alright.